Hello and welcome to AirgunWeb.com, your home for honest, real-world airgun reviews and information where we bring you the facts, not fluff. If you asked me a couple years back about my opinion of BB guns, you would have gotten a much different answer than you're going to get today. The more I work with products in the BB action pistol category, the more I've grown to really like them. Today's video is on the SIG P226 replica BB pistol. I looked at an Airsoft version of the SIG some time back, and it was very impressive. The BB model is equally impressive. Let's go ahead and get started. For something to fit in the action pistol replica category, it needs to look like the real deal as well as feel and act like the real deal. This BB version of the SIG P226 definitely fits the bill. The minute you hold this pistol, you're going to understand what I'm talking about. It has the right weight, the right look, the right feel. Everything about it portrays quality and realism. This version is all metal and has nice plastic grips. There's a rail up front for accessories, fixed sights, an ambidextrous safety, and a mag release on the left side up by the trigger guard. There's even a slide release that actually works and allows you to field strip your airgun. I love the fact that you can take this apart and properly maintain the internals. The magazine is a self-contained unit which holds 18 BBs and the CO2 as well as the valve. The benefit of this design is that if the valve ever goes bad, you simply replace the magazine and you're back in business. You can expect to get between 3 and 4 magazines from each CO2 cartridge. The pistol delivers consistent shots right up to the very last few, making good use of the CO2. While obviously not the same as a real firearm, the blowback action is forceful enough and very crisp right up until the end of the CO2. The pistol fires in double action as well as single action. The trigger pull is very smooth and very light in single action, just like it should be. Getting our SIG P226 up and going is going to be pretty straightforward. You got to load the CO2 in the magazine, you got to load the BBs in the magazine. Then you're going to put your magazine in the pistol, and away you go. Here's how you're going to do it. Let me also say that all of this is laid out in the manual, so definitely read your manual before you get started, and that's probably going to save you a few headaches right there. Go ahead and lock the slide back. You pull back on the slide and lift up on our lever, and that'll lock it nice and open for us. I've already got the magazine out of the gun. If it was still in the gun, you'd simply push the mag release and it drop out for you. Now there's a little screw on the bottom here, a little cap. We're going to take that out. Okay, next thing we're going to do is load our CO2. To do that, or before you do that, you're going to want to put some lubricant on the top of your CO2 cartridge. Now you can either use the Crosman Pellet gun oil or the RWS chamber lube. Either one doesn't matter. Pick a favorite and just make sure that you always lube your cartridge. It's very important for your seals. Drop our cartridge in our magazine, replace the cap, get down and get kind of snug on us, and when you're ready to finally finish it off, you want to do it in one smooth motion, that way you don't get any leaks. Next thing we're going to do is load our BBs. Now this part's tricky if you don't read the manual. You're going to pull down on our spring, and if you pull it all the way down, it'll actually lock into place for you. Next thing we'll do, get some of our BBs out. Now BBs are supposed to be uniform. I prefer the Daisy zinc coated BBs. Just my personal preference. Now to load our BBs, you're going to push it in the front until it just drops down into the magazine. Do not overfill your magazine because doing so just means you're going to jam your gun. So we'll put our 18 in and then we'll be ready to roll. Okay, now that we've got our fully loaded CO2 cartridge and our fully loaded set of BBs, we can go ahead and drop the magazine into our pistol, drop the slide, of course put our safety on. Now we're ready to fire. Go ahead and aim the pistol at your desired target, release the safety, and squeeze the trigger. Now to fire again, you just keep pulling the trigger. If you enjoy shooting semi-automatic pistols, you're really going to love shooting this. Let's talk a little bit about performance and accuracy. The P226 advertises 300 feet per second. Now our pistol averaged over 300 feet per second until the very end of the CO2, so I'm very impressed with the velocity. When it came to accuracy, I was more than impressed. Generally speaking, I don't expect much from smoothbore BB guns. If I get good combat grouping at 15 feet, I'm pretty happy. The SIG P226 firing the Daisy zinc-coated BBs did much better than just basic combat grouping. Remember that the CO2 is going to freeze up if you pull the trigger too quickly. So if you want to have consistent accuracy, wait a few seconds between each shot. If you want to just empty the mag as quickly as possible, that's definitely a lot of fun. Just remember that your accuracy and velocity is going to drop a bit. So let's go ahead and take a look at our final summary. This SIG P226 is actually my personal air gun. I was putting together a supply order when I saw it on Pyramid Air's site and figured I just couldn't go wrong. It also ensured that my order was over that $150 mark so I could get the free shipping. Anyway, I'm certainly not disappointed with my purchase. It was a little stiff out of the box, but that's to be expected. It only took about one full CO2 cartridge to smooth out, and it's been smooth sailing ever since. Now, I don't really have anything negative to say about this great little air gun. It looks great, feels great, and it shoots great. Add to that a great price, and geez, what more are you going to say about it? Now, I picked this up so I'd have a fairly realistic practice pistol, and I got to tell you, I'm confident it's going to fill that role very nicely. I'd like to take a moment and thank the folks at Pyramid Air for sponsoring our channel and this review. When you're looking for your next air gun or looking to fill your next air gun supply order, please visit www.pyramidair.com or give them a call at 888-262-4867. And please be sure to let them know you learned about them right here at AirgunWeb. When you're looking for honest, real-world airgun reviews, think AirgunWeb, where we tell you the facts, not fluff. I'm Rick Eutsler with AirgunWeb.com. Thanks again for watching.